It's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. You know, we have some breaking news in regards to one of the prominent receivers in the NFL, Tyreek Hill. His citation in regards to his traffic stop that happened in September, where he was, taken out of his vehicle, placed on the ground in the hot sun. Shout out to Tyreek Hill. He had that McLaren. I see that McLaren. You out here, you're going to work. He's a law-abiding citizen going to the NFL stadium to play an NFL game, and he's taken out of his vehicle for whatever reason and given a citation. And the officer didn't show, so they threw the actual case out. They dismissed the citation. Officer Manuel Batista didn't show after he was, showing a lot of excessive force in that case in regards to Tyreek Hill, taking him out of the car, telling everybody to back up, speaking to other players who were actually notifying him that Tyreek Hill was actually an NFL player. For whatever reason, this thing escalated. Whereas though, if you're an officer or you're if you're someone who's supposed to be serving and protecting the people, and then you're taking people out of the cars, like snatching them and throwing them on the ground, yelling at them, treating them like they're less than a human being, and now you don't show up to court, But it is what it is, man. What's your thoughts on the situation in regards to Tyreek Hill, man?
With Tyreek Hill, first and foremost, man, shout outs to Tyreek Hill, man. You got that dismissed, rightfully so. The officers that, serve and protect us in society have a very big responsibility in society today. They're here to, regulate things, to make sure that, order is in place and, everything is, going according to, just moving correctly without, no disruptions. So they have a heavy, shield, their shield, they have a heavy shield to uphold. Now, that gets bemuddled with, sometimes overzealous officers. People, they probably feel as though they should be in other people's shoes or whatever it may be, because, okay, the officer arrested him and charged him with whatever act that they charged him with that you said that got dismissed. In order for it to get dismissed, the officer didn't show up. So evidently, what the officer did was wrong. Because Correct. If he felt as though it was right, he would have showed up.
Correct.
So that goes to show you that whatever he arrested him for was frivolous. In the first place, to begin with, to even be in court, to have to go through the process of being detained, the embarrassment that takes, like he was committing a crime of some sort when he wasn't. And just that fact of alone, we have that in America, man. And it's sad. It's sad that we're still dealing with, the unjustness. They call it justice, but justice for who? Is it for the wrongly accused or the one that does crimes? And because we're a society that's governed by certain certain things that you're supposed to do right, certain things that you don't do wrong, so you're governed by that. Mm-hmm. But when you have, the police in place to, do the governing and overstep their boundaries as far as with Tyreek Hill, it's not fair. It has to be a light shined on that. So, for the next, circumstances that happen, it won't go this far. These people has to be weeded out. You have to, go through the, findings and, putting proper people in place to conduct these type of, the regulations. Like, It was sad for Tyreek Hill. His family had to see that. I'm quite sure that he has a mother, he has a wife, children. This was embarrassing for that man. All the way to what? To be dismissed. So that overall lets me know that nothing, that this officer said actually happened. You didn't show up. And you put that man through the turmoil of embarrassment, his kids seeing this going on. He's on his way to a game. For you to put him through all that and you not show up. So it has to be a wide light shined on this, for the next time. Because this type of stuff just don't stop. It has to be weeded out and totally moved from our society today.
Someone gives someone a citation and then they don't show. Now, you should have known that you were wrong before you actually issued the citation, because you knew that they told you this guy was on his way to work. They told you this guy was an NFL player, But even more importantly, what happens to the person who's not an NFL player, who was thrown out of their car, taken out of their vehicle for no reason, or illegally searched or illegally arrested, and then they don't have the stardom or the the actual they don't bring the actual press that a Tyreek Hill would bring, and they're actually charged, or they have to pay these citations out of their pocket. This is unfair. So if you are an officer of law and you see this situation, not just because it's Tyreek Hill, but just look at all the other people, or look at people as equals as yourself. You're here to serve and protect. Do your job. Don't be oppressive, or don't try to make a statement by being aggressive. Don't add harshness to a situation, because if you add harshness, it's going to be prevalent, whereas everything else is going to be harsh, and outcome can be harsh for everyone that's involved. So I'm glad to see this case thrown out, and that Tyreek Hill can move on with his actual his career as an NFL player, as a father, as a person in society who's looking to make a change.
But this still has to stop, though. The embarrassment is still there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? From the process, the proceeds that he went through with that. Okay, even though this dude didn't show up, this officer, and Tyreek Hill was exonerated for that, but he still went through the embarrassment.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That sticks with you. Mm-hmm. That's the long-lasting effects of what happened that day that led up to this day. Mm-hmm. Okay, you feel a little bit of ease, you could breathe a little bit, because this falseness is, eradicated from you now, but you went through it.
Yeah.
So now for the next person that how do we correct it moving forward in the society that we live in today? And that's the question,
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, and I'm glad to see this case has been dismissed and thrown out, whatever it is, and it's all cleared up now. But like you said, it's still a long-lasting effect, because he went through the actual process of being embarrassed for millions to see, and his family, most importantly, watched him be, exposed in a horrible manner, whereas though he didn't deserve it. So it's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment.
If you need around-the-clock care, call Medicare LLC. We are concerned about your care. We are concerned about the care for your loved ones. Please allow us to help. I look forward to hearing from you. Call us today.